It's time for This Week with the Huskies, a look inside Bloomsburg University athletics, a production of the Bloomsburg University Sports Information Office.
Bloomsburg University held its first NFL Pro Day on Thursday, welcoming representatives from 17 NFL teams to campus. 5 draft-eligible seniors from the Huskies took part in the day's drills and made themselves available for scouts. Brian Clarke, Matt Feiler, Glenn Hutton Jr., Franklin Quiate, and Larry Webster. The athletes began in the Nelson Fieldhouse gym by taking measurements and going through a vertical jump testing, as well as a bench press repetition test. Participants then moved outside to Redmond Stadium, where they worked through the 40-yard sprint and agility drills, as well as individual position workouts. For Bloomsburg All-American offensive lineman Matt Feiler, Thursday's Pro Day was a continuation of his work toward playing professionally after already putting his skills on display in February's NFL Combine.
It's been a good experience. First off with the East-West game, just getting to know people, and just showing the scouts and all the teams that what you can do in a game, not only just through training and everything, but just how you play. And the Combine was another great experience. It really kind of got to showcase not only just my play on the field, but just my strength, my overall speed, stuff like that. And the same thing out here, just get a good show. Just our last chance really to show what we got. So.
You know, for so many guys when they come in and play college football, this is kind of the dream to have this opportunity. When you came to Bloomsburg 4+ years ago, did you see yourself here?
Not at all, actually. Leaving high school, I talked to my high school head coach, and he was saying that he thinks I could be the first one to play on Sundays, which, I mean, I kind of took that as a compliment, but I never really thought it would come true. I thought he was just kind of make me feel good, I guess. And then not until probably my junior year here, Coach McBrien said something to me about, keep up what you're doing. You're turning a lot of heads. So that kind of put more fire into me.
Has there been anything about this whole process that's kind of been like an eye-opener to you that's been surprising?
Just kind of just meeting the big name players that you hear about on TV, watch playing on TV, and just getting to know them as a person as well as a football player.
What's more nerve-wracking? Something like this, when you're working in front of scouts, or just the whole waiting game, waiting for the draft?
I'd say more the waiting game, because you don't know where you're going to end up, if you're going to end up anywhere. And it's just kind of just one of those things that sits inside the back of your mind the whole time. Like, that's just really all I think about before I go to bed, and pretty much it's on my mind all day. So.
And today, how do you feel like today went?
Overall, I thought I did well. I ran the L cone, trying to improve my number from the combine, which I feel like I did by a little bit. And the position work, I felt went pretty well. The last drill my back kind of tightened up, so it didn't really end as I planned. But other than that, I thought I did pretty well.
Has it been helpful having a teammate like Brian and guys here going through the whole same thing as you are?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it helps you out just knowing that they're going through the same thing I am. And you can talk about it and kind of get each other's opinions on what to do.
Larry Webster had perhaps the most interesting day last Thursday, working out at his usual defensive end, where he led the Huskies in sacks the past 2 seasons, and he also worked out as a tight end and linebacker. Webster talks about his day in front of the scouts.
First I did a couple of tight end drills. I think I did pretty good in that. I didn't drop any balls. Actually, I don't think I dropped any all day. Then I did the lineman drills, and those went past pretty smooth. And then a couple linebacker drills, I think I did one of those too.
How are the nerves coming in today?
Since I didn't do the testing, it was just like, I wasn't really nervous. It's just like, I'm ready to start doing this because I was sitting around for a while.
What's it like? You don't really know what job that you're applying for. You could be a tight end, you could be a defensive end, you don't really know.
It just feels like I'm just doing a lot of things, and I don't care which one it is as long as I'm there, because I like playing football, so I adjust to either one. I guess I would say more comfortable at DN because that's what I played, so I would have to learn like a whole new thing if I tight end. Doesn't mean I'm not up for it, but it's just, I'd say more comfortable for DN because it's what I know right now.
Webster grabbed national attention at the NFL Combine in February when he ran the second fastest 40-yard dash time of all defensive linemen behind only consensus top 5 pick Jadeveon Clowney of South Carolina. Despite the comparisons some have drawn with Clowney, Webster remains focused on improving his own draft stock.
I mean, people compare me to him all the time. I really try not to compare myself to anybody, really, because I just want to make myself better.
For the players who did not take part in the NFL Combine, Bloomsburg's Pro Day was an opportunity to show off for scouts and improve their chances of latching on with a team this summer. Huskies All-American offensive lineman Brian Clarke talks about his chance to show off his skills for NFL representatives.
Yeah, there's a lot of scouts out here today, so I feel confident in my performance. So I'll talk to my agent later today and see how got the inside scoop from all the scouts and see how it goes from there.
How do you think you did, Joel?
I think I did good. I've been training down at Test Sports Club down in Jersey for the past 6 or 7 weeks, so I feel confident coming in here. I think I did pretty good.
Did you have any nerves coming into the day here?
A little bit, a little nerves, a little butterflies, but I'm also happy to get it off my back and come out here and perform. I've been training for the past couple of weeks, so it's like I'm glad I came out here and had a solid day.
The Huskies baseball team made history this past weekend, setting the all-time school record for most PSAC victories in a season by splitting a 4-game series with defending PSAC champion East Stroudsburg. Bloomsburg scored its historic 17th PSAC East win of the year in a thrilling come-from-behind 7-6 triumph over ESU in extra innings in Game 1 of Saturday's doubleheader at Danny Litweiler Field, winning the game on a sacrifice fly from Eric Frayne in the bottom of the 8th. The Huskies are now 25-15 overall and 17-7 in PSAC East play, in a battle with Millersville for first place in the division. A 1-0 win last Friday at East Stroudsburg clinched a playoff spot in the PSAC tournament to be held in Butler later this month. Bloomsburg head coach Mike Collins talks about the Huskies' season so far.
I'm really pleased with how we're performing. Offensively, we're playing great team offense, getting our bunts down, running the bases, putting pressure on the defense. Our two-strike hitting has really made a difference in terms of our development as an offense, and put runs on the board in bunches. And these 7-inning doubleheaders has been huge for us.
Rungo's Rewards, presented by the Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, is a great way to win prizes for attending BU home sporting events. It's free and easy to become a member. Just look for the QR code located in the program of each home sporting event. Scan the QR code and you're registered. It's that easy. Or even better yet, download the Rungo's Rewards app from both the App Store on iTunes or in the Android Marketplace. Just search Bloomsburg University. You can later on trade those points in for some great prizes, like gift cards to Berrigan's, coupons to Perkins, or free t-shirts. It's easy to become a member. Sign up at the next Huskies home game.
The weather finally cleared enough for the Huskies softball team to hit the diamond over the past week, splitting a home doubleheader with Lock Haven on Friday before sweeping a pair of games at Mansfield on Saturday. That sets up an extremely busy week for the Huskies as they are scheduled to play 12 games with 3 doubleheaders at home. Cheer on the Huskies at Jan Hutchinson Field Tuesday versus Mansfield, Wednesday versus Shippensburg, and Thursday versus Kutztown as Bloomsburg is home 3 straight days. All of those doubleheaders are scheduled to start at 2:30 p.m. In women's track and field, it was another record-setting week. In the shot put, junior Taylor Harkins threw 12.33 meters at the Bucknell Team Challenge on Saturday to break the school record, which had stood since 1990. Kaylee Caruso also had her second record-breaking performance of the week at Bucknell, breaking the school record in the triple jump with a mark of 11.43 meters to break a record which had stood since 1997. It had already been a week to remember for Caruso. On Thursday at the Slippery Rock Open, Caruso broke the longest-standing school record in the Huskies history books, posting a leap of 5.55 meters in the long jump, surpassing a record of 5.18 meters set in 1981. The performance bettered her previous NCAA qualifying mark. Also at the Slippery Rock Open, senior Kelsey Davis bettered her NCAA provisional mark in the pole vault with a new school record of 3.71 meters. She previously held the record at 3.69 meters. In the 3,000 steeplechase, Vicki Davis improved her PSAC and NCAA qualifying mark of 10:58.52, while Nicole Hill Perry did as well with a throw of 36.52 meters. The women's lacrosse team stands at 8-6 overall and is 6-4 in the PSAC after splitting a pair of games last week. The Huskies defeated East Stroudsburg 15-9 at Sports Stadium on April 17th before falling at number 12 Mercyhurst 18-7 on Saturday. A pair of Huskies are moving up the school record books. Junior Julie Falk moved into third place all-time in points with 215 and also is fourth in assists with 70, as well as seventh in goals with 145. Junior Marissa Moley also is tied in ninth in career assists with 44. Next up is a trip to nationally ranked IUP on Wednesday afternoon. The women's tennis team fell in the PSAC semifinals last Thursday, dropping a 5-0 decision to IUP. The Huskies finished their Eastern Division schedule with a perfect 6-0 record. The Huskies will host Bucknell on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. This Saturday, April 26th, will be the most action-packed day of the spring at home. 6 home events are scheduled. Baseball, softball, women's lacrosse, tennis, and track and field will all celebrate Senior Day with their home finales. Baseball opens the day with a noon start versus Kutztown, while softball plays Westchester at 12:30. Lacrosse takes on Millersville at 1 o'clock, and tennis also plays Wilkes at 1 o'clock. Track and field has its Maroon and Gold meet at Redmond Stadium beginning at 2 p.m. The annual Maroon and Gold football spring game is also on tap for Saturday, kicking off at Redmond Stadium at 11:30 a.m. as the Huskies offense takes on members of the defense in the finale of the spring season.
That's all for this week with the Huskies. Be sure to join us again next week, and check us out on the web anytime at buhuskies.com. For Scott Eddy, I'm Tom McGuire. Thanks for tuning in.